Oftentimes when you're building small box and chest projects like this tool chest, you'll leave the lid part of the whole carcass right through the glue-up stage and then cut the lid free afterwards. That way, the lid will fit the box because, of course, it's been part of the box already, and the grain will match perfectly. Well, the way to cut the lid free accurately and safely is in stages. I'm going to use a track saw and guide rail, but you could also use a standard circular saw and straight edge guide, or even modify this technique and use your table saw instead. Here's how I do it. First, set the cutting depth of the saw to just deeper than the thickness of the chest's carcass parts. I'm setting my track saw so that just the tips of the teeth will pass through the wood. Then mark a cutting line all around the chest for the lid. Now position your saw track or straight edge guide carefully to make the two lid cuts on the ends of the chest. They need to line up with one another accurately. I'm using a clamped on scrap to back up my saw track and align it. Go ahead and make the two end cuts. Now that these two end cuts are made, the lid is still securely part of the box. But when we make the next two long cuts, the lid will be cut free, and the last cut could bind the blade and possibly damage the cut or cause the saw to kick back. That's why I'm sticking these two pieces of scrap plywood right over these end saw kerfs with double-sided tape. They'll help to keep these saw kerfs open and the lid stationary when it's finally cut free. Now make the last two cuts across the long faces of the chest, just like you made the cuts in the sides. This will release the lid, but the tape and plywood bridges will help to hold it in place. And now, a little bit of work with a block plane. We'll clean up these saw marks and have the lid and chest fitting together just right.